The Shopify product page, just like this one, is the most important part of every Shopify website, but a lot of brands are falling short here. The main goal of the Shopify product page is to reinforce the buying decision, ease cognitive load, and get the customer to click that add to cart button. How it looks and the visual appeal is just a side benefit. In this video, I'm going to be going over the psychology of a good product page, why some convert significantly more than others, and how you can make your product page into something high converting just like this one. So this is a product page I've created on top of a free Shopify theme with a bunch of customizations here on the right hand side. First and foremost, I've got some social proof up the top here. This leans into familiarity bias. If the customer can see that a ton of other people just like them have purchased the product, they're a lot more likely to purchase themselves. The next customization I've made is these review stars here. This leans into authority bias. The customer can see 21,000 other people have also bought the product. It reinforces that this is a good buying decision for them. Next, we've got this in-stock indicator with only 13 left in stock. This is leaning into scarcity. We want the customer to think that they're missing out on an opportunity here. If they don't buy now, there's only 13 left and they might not have the opportunity to get one later. Underneath that, we have this benefits list here. This is just in relation to cognitive fluency. We want the customer to easily understand what the product is and what the main benefits are without having to go all the way down the page and look through all the features. This is just a great, easy way to communicate the best points to the customer and reinforce their buying decision or the value that they're going to get. Next is our shipping info indicator. You can see this is telling me when it's going to ship and then it's fast shipping to my country. This leans into uncertainty reduction. When the customer's making an order, they're usually excited or anticipating getting the product. This just reinforces that it's in stock, it's coming soon, and reassures them that they're going to receive the product in a timely manner. Next are our add-ons. This is something probably everybody at Shopify is familiar with, but it's super important for the product page. If you've got a customer on this page and they're already convinced that they're making a buying decision, they're going to buy the product, it's very easy to convince them to add on something additional here, especially if we're offering a discount and it's right here on the product page. Adding these add-ons that the customer can check off when they're already committed to buy a product can significantly increase your average order value. The final two features, we've got the add to cart button. This is standard on all stores, but I've applied some styling to this one. Just makes the button look a little bit better. We've got this nice interaction that draws the eye when the customer hovers over it and reinforces that decision that this is something that should be clicked. And then similar to our benefits list up here, we have some benefits down the bottom. Again, just very easily highlighting what the benefits are of the product. They make the page look better, but they also reinforce the thing customers are generally coming to the product for, which is our main features. I'm going to go over how you can add every single thing that you see on this product page to your own theme, fully customized to your own product. It doesn't require writing any code, and we can set the whole thing up in about 5 minutes. Let's get into how to do that. So to do this, we're going to be using the Section Store app and specifically these conversion blocks. With this app, you get access to all 19 of these conversion blocks, and you can pick and choose the ones that you want and use them on as many product pages as you need. We can either add the conversion blocks individually, but in this example, what I'm actually going to do is use this add blocks functionality and have the AI implement it for me, or at least give me a great starting point. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to work in my live theme. For this, I'm going to choose a specific product, and I'm going to select that product from the list. I'm going to do the one from the demonstration store. So I'm going to select my product here. I'm going to give my template a name. For this, I'm going to call it AI, just as a demonstration. I've got these styling settings where I can choose a style based on what I think is going to work best for my product. For this one in particular, I'm going to select modern. You also have the option to turn on your brand colors if you want to use some colors, or if you turn this off, it's going to use whatever's already in your theme. All right, I'm going to hit generate blocks. The AI is going to run for a couple of minutes and start setting up my product page with the conversion blocks it thinks is best. Then we're going to review it and we're going to make the necessary edits. So the AI has just finished running. Just for reference, this is what we're starting with. It's a completely fresh copy of the free Horizon theme from Shopify. Cool. You can see here that it's added 8 blocks to the template that I created. And if we hit open in theme editor, it's going to show us what it's created. So here we have it. This is what the AI has come up with so far. As you can see, it's added some social proof up the top. We've got a review summary here. We've got this nice in-stock indicator. We've got the benefits list as well, and it's actually written the copy for these. So it's taken both the image and the information I have in the description, and it's written this copy for me. We've also got our shipping indicator. Our add to cart button has some nice animation. The price is now on the button, and we have these benefits down the bottom. The cool thing about this is completely editable in the theme editor. It doesn't just write code, it implements it as blocks. So for the wrapper, for example, which is this box around the outside, you can see if I click on it, I have all of these settings. So I can change the border from a solid border, I can update the thickness, the roundness, and everything else. It's looking pretty good so far, but there are a couple of components that are missing. For example, it's not got any add-ons what I want to add to the product page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select add block. I'm going to come over to apps. There's all of the conversion blocks that we spoke about earlier from Section Store, and in this instance, I'm going to select the add-ons. For the block, I'm going to click and drag on it to replace it or move it. I'm going to add this above my buy buttons in this instance, and then we click on it to customize. So if we click on the section name, just like all of these blocks, we have the section settings here on the right-hand side. So first and foremost, you're going to be able to select your products up the top. These are the products that you want to upsell. As you can see, you have a list of all of your products. My store is set up with demo products, so I'm just going to select this one here, and then I'm going to hit save on the theme, and as it refreshes, we should now see this nice add-on. You can continue customizing this if you wanted more products. For example, you can select change products. We can select additional ones. For example, if I wanted to add this matcha as well, you can see we now have that here. And then we work through the settings on the right-hand side to customize it. If, for example, you didn't want them stacked, we want them in a carousel where we can use the arrows. We can change that. You can change the variant selector, the style, the position, the color. We have toggles for the text like the font size, title, price, and image. We would repeat this process for as many times as we have sections. For example, if I wanted to update the add to cart button styling, I can now click into this one. We can see that I've got all of my color settings up the top. There's a font size toggle, font weight, border, roundness, and padding. You would repeat this process for as many times as you have blocks. If you need more, you can always use the add blocks functionality and select something that the AI didn't add, but it's a really great starting point, adding all of these to your theme super quickly that then you can then build on top of. Once you've moved through each block individually, clicked on it, customized all the settings on the right-hand side, if you wanted to change something such as the text and the benefits, or on the benefits list, for example, you might want to adjust the copy slightly, you can do that all here directly in the theme editor. Once you're finished, all you need to do is preview this on mobile to make sure it's looking good there as well, and then you can save the theme. And there we have it. That was a super quick tutorial on how I create high converting psychological product pages just like these on Shopify. A lot of these elements are super important, and they separate stores that aren't going to make a ton of sales to the ones that are going to do really well. Like we discussed in the beginning, things like reviews and social proof are super important for the customer. They reinforce the buying decision and make it much more likely that they're going to continue to the checkout. If you have any questions about implementing any of these, feel free to drop a comment or reach out. Otherwise, keep an eye on this channel and the app as we're releasing more videos on theme customizations like this every single week.